I want to tell you about the privilege of campaigning. And the privilege of campaigning is being able to go door to door and ask people what they think, what their issues are, what their concerns are. And themes emerge. And there's a couple of themes that have emerged across all the communities in this constituency, whether it's Smithers, Telkwa, further north, further west. And that is people are concerned about jobs and they're concerned about the environment. And it's no wonder. Take a look at jobs. Under 8 years of the Campbell government, there's been significant job losses in the Bulkley Valley. And it's not just in the resource extraction industry, but in government services as well. Job losses here, while our money's gone to Vancouver to pay for construction jobs for the Olympics. Then there's the environment. BC Liberals have pushed for coal bed methane, fish farms, and now oil supertankers on our coast against the wishes of those living here. I say it's time for something different. And I have a plan. I have a plan around the economy that attracts investment for bigger projects like mines. And it's a plan that keeps local money here in the community circulating and prevents leakage. That's the plan that creates jobs in our communities, and that's the NDP plan. It's also a plan that protects what we love about this valley, the clean air, the water, and especially the fish, all that we depend on for our quality of life. And that's what I'll be working towards when you send me to Victoria on May 12th. But I've also heard one other theme that's consistent at the doorstep. People are sick and tired of old-time politics, where adversarial roles are automatically taken, negativity abounds, and nobody says anything good about each other. After 10 years as a municipal councillor, I've learned that a collaborative approach is much better. That is the approach I'll take as your next MLA. No party has a lock on all the good ideas. I'll reach across the floor and cooperate so that we can benefit the most up here in the Stikine. You know from recent polling that we're neck and neck in this race. Every vote will truly count in this election. And I have the skills, the knowledge, and the experience to be at the cabinet table or a prominent member of the opposition. As your MLA, I'll fight against the negative trends of the last 8 years because we in the north, we in the Stikine deserve better. It's our turn to assert control of our future, and that means a brighter future for all of us living here. Thank you.
What my question is, should, under your party's plan, should individual and corporate tax rates in BC be increasing, decreasing, and do indeed have a need to be competitive with other provinces?
The NDP believes in tax breaks as well, and that's why we're offering a tax break to small business in our platform. However, I read economics journals as well, and BC Business Magazine, and they've shown that innovative and creative people do not make their decision about where they locate based solely on tax breaks. Quality of life is a major factor in where people locate. We have an amazing... Thank you.
Increased tanker traffic is a most flammable issue in the Northwest. Liberals are inching towards lifting the moratorium on offshore development, while Conservatives are calling for a lifting of the moratorium. Several development proposals in the regions involved stepped up tanker traffic. How do you resolve the matter without killing off economic development while still protecting the environment?
Oil tanker traffic is definitely something that needs to be addressed. You know, shipping requirements and regulations need to be reviewed with scrutiny and the utmost concern for our province and our coast and our resources. I also am I'm an avid sports fisherman, and the last thing that I want to see risked is our sports fishery. But we have to make sure that we do move forward, and the technologies that are out there, we need to make sure that we look at them hard and take good look at the facts and see which way we're going to go. And, you know, with risk, there is reward, and we need to make sure that there's a balance that we'll be happy with.
That's not the kind of development that people in the Northwest want. It would be the final nail in the coffin to our wild salmon runs. We've already fought coal bed methane that this government pushed, fish farms that this government pushed, and that was a broad coalition of support for that. I say no to oil tanker traffic on our coast.
How do you propose to increase educational opportunities for those living in the north outside of the Lower Mainland?
Tuition has doubled under the Liberals, and grants were cut. Under the NDP platform, we'll have a tuition freeze, and we're going to restore needs-based grants. And that's going to make a big difference to the young people that I know. We're also going to cut interest rates on student loans. Many students are coming out of post-secondary with enormous financial burdens. So cutting interest rates will help. We'll put more money in their pockets, and more money will circulate in the community. And that's the way we'll deal with education. Scott?
I'd like to know how you cut a student loan interest rate from 0%. Currently right now, you don't pay interest on your student loan until after 6 months from when you've graduated. In the last 8 years, there's been 36,000. You can look it up.
Well, I'd like to say that after 4 years and seeing students who come out with a minimum, sometimes $40,000 debt, others in medical school are higher, $70,000. I don't see any of them paying it off in 6 months. So interest rates do need to be cut in order for them to pay off their loans faster.
The question is, what is your position on recognition of Aboriginal title and rights?
If I was elected, I would employ this guy because he knows what he's talking about.